Shut the fuck up, Kyle!
Yeah, Kyle, you dick. Let's everybody gang up on Kyle. Oh, hey, how's it going? What's up? It's DeHuff. It's another episode of DeHuff Uncensored. If you're Kyle, I'm sorry. It's just a funny soundbite. Don't at me. Don't you dare at me. Because I got to be honest, I just don't care that much. If you at me because your name's Kyle and that hurts your feelings, just get the fuck over it. If there is a funny soundbite that said, "Shut the fuck up, Scott," I'm sure there is. I got to find it. If there is, send it to me, dehuffpodcast@gmail.com. I'll play that one. Actually, I play that one a lot if it'd be funny. But anyway, hope you guys are having a great day. A lot to get into. Make sure you hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening. Also, don't forget today's show is presented to you by High Society Cannabis Dispo and Lounge, as well as Bet Online. Bet Online is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, Bet Online has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. Now, if you think you know your stuff, maybe you do. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. But either way, you need to listen up because you can get in on their winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor pool for the upcoming season. How freaking awesome. I'm pretty sure you could use that chunk of change. Now, when the games are all over, head on over to their online casino, get in on the game of blackjack or poker, or even unwind with one of their over 150 slot games. Go to betonline.ag right now and use that promo code BLEAV, and you're going to get in on the action. It's Bet Online. The game starts here. And speaking of starting, let's do it. Let's jump into the headlines.
Let's go! Let's go!
And now, here are the headlines.
Here's the headline from the New York Post. And I had to read this whole thing because I was like, no, come on. No. An 8-year-old girl beats robber with baseball bat at a Minnesota liquor store. Holy shit, that's awesome. So freaking cool. Now, I'm going to read from the article because they did a good job laying it out. This is a quote from the girl's dad. The guy pulled a gun and put it on the table. He asked me to give all the money and everything in the register. I told him, yes, I'll give you everything. Now, as the store clerk was scrambling to retrieve the cash, the suspect, who was wearing an Amazon uniform, what a fucking moron. I'm guessing he gets fired for this. I'm going out on a limb, folks. Going out on a limb. He allegedly tried to storm behind the counter where his daughter was, where the dad's daughter was, the clerk. Now, surveillance video captured the dad quickly punching the robber and wrestling him to the floor before the girl stepped up to help. She began helping her dad by beating the snot out of the robber with a baseball bat. They didn't add snot, but come on. The dad didn't realize what his daughter did till after the fact because she's like beating the robber down, hitting him in the face or whatever with the bat. The robber realizes that he's in defeat, scrambles out of there and books it, doesn't get anything. And the police catch up with him close by. Dad goes back, reviews the surveillance footage, and sees what his daughter did. And he's just like, oh my God, I am so proud of my daughter. Now, that being said, she put herself at risk, but, come on. That's pretty fucking ballsy. There's a lot of grown-ups that wouldn't step in and help. That always worries me. I don't lose sleep over it, but if you think about it, if I'm getting the shit kicked out of me for no reason, I don't start anything, somebody just jumps up and starts beating the crap out of me, and you see it, are you going to try to help? I would hope so. And I would hope that I would do the same. But then I think about, like, if my kids were there, I'm trying to keep them safe. If my wife was with me, I'd say, take the kids. Daddy's got to go to work. Boom. Then I'd go lay down some justice. In theory, who knows how it ends up. But good for this little girl. I know she put herself in harm's way. But holy shit, if the world couldn't use more little girls like that and just people like that in general, this place would be a lot better and a lot safer, because she stepped up and she, trying not to get too emotional about it, because I think, like, Jesus, like, I'd be so freaking proud as a father. She stepped in and helped her dad. How fucking awesome is that? And you would hope that you would do the same thing. So good for her. Now, that guy is going to be in jail and potentially in prison, and he's going to be forever the guy that got the shit kicked out of him by an 8-year-old girl. I'm not saying, but he's going to get raped in prison. I shouldn't laugh about that because that's serious. But holy crap, you got beat up by a little girl. That's the headlines. That's the optics. That's what everybody sees. That's what everybody believes. She may have only got like a few licks in there, but the way it's going to go, way it's forever going to be branded to him, is that he got beat up by an 8-year-old girl while wearing his Amazon uniform. He's like, I got a package for you. That's what's going to happen now. Now that's what's going to happen to that guy. He's going to be showering in fear. He's going to be, be the guy that's always giving up his slippers. He's going to be the guy that's always giving up his desserts in the lunchroom. He is bitch. He is forever a bitch now. And it sucks. It sucks because let's just say the girl just went over there and was like, oh, you take that. You take that. Like, and she barely hits him. But that's not the way everybody's going to see it. Listen, he shouldn't have done it in the first place. Don't go robbing. Don't go robbing people, because you just don't know how that's going to work out. And it's just like, you know what? If you need money, how about you go fucking earn it instead of stealing from people? I hate that. That shit bugs me beyond belief. We have so many people on this planet that work and grind and earn. And then you have people that try to come in and just try to take without doing work, without grinding, without actually earning it. I hate that. Bugs me. Just drives me nuts, especially when it happens to you. Somebody steals your credit card information or something like that. That bugs the fuck out of me. And you deserve to get beat up by a little 8-year-old girl. Oh, man. Seriously. Prison showers are gonna be fun for that fella. Oh, man. Oh, man. Hey, why am I transitioning into this story? Oh, my God. My apologies for the awkwardness. But I saw this morning. It says, is sex in space possible? Sure, but it may be more awful than orgasmic. And the reason why is fluids everywhere. Everywhere. Think about it. Think about it. While it would be neat, especially think about being one of the few people that do it up in space, like the total bragging rights. Oh, you did it on a car hood? Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, you did it at the office? I fucked in space. Okay? I fucked on the moon. Huh? Yeah. That's ultimate bragging rights. I don't. Has anybody had sex in space yet? I'm sure. Well, come on, who wouldn't sign up for that if you're single? or unless you can take your significant other up there. But otherwise, that'd be awkward. Honey, guess what? I got a gig with NASA. Oh, you do? Oh, that's fantastic. I didn't even know you wanted to be an astronaut. Now you're going up to space. Oh my God, I love you, honey. What are you going to be doing up there? I'm so glad that you're on board with this. I'm going to go up there and bang a bunch of whores. I want a divorce. Anyway. I'm sorry. Somebody's going to go, you shouldn't call them whores. Be like, well, that's what came out of my mouth. Okay. I could have said, I have a whole stable of whores up there that I got to run through. Okay. It's going to be great. We're going to see how many I can impregnate and what happens to the babies when they're conceived in outer space. It's going to be fun, hun. I'll send you messages from up there. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. But anyway, thinking about that, it would be messy up there. Not fun. You see that on when they do those videos from space and like they have like a towel and they're like wringing it out and it just the fluid is just it can get everywhere. And just imagine if that's like sex stank bouncing all over the place. Not gonna be fun. Be like, oh God, Johnson's at it again. Him and Carol always going at it. It's for science, Susan. Jesus. By the way, my turn's up next. Oh God. Oh God. Johnson better be ready. Oh, okay. I guess the door swings both ways. Good for you guys, I guess. This is jacked up. I'm surprised more people aren't talking about this because as a parent, I don't get it. Again, another awkward transition. A beloved school crossing guard in Melbourne, Australia, has been banned from high-fiving students after a parent complained about it. They're saying it's initiating unnecessary physical contact. I thought this when I first read this, I thought this was in the United States because we're a bunch of pussies at times. Not everybody, but there's a good chunk of us that are a bunch of wusses about everything. They're like, you're making him feel bad. He can't give a good firm high five, or he doesn't want to be touched because he's afraid he's going to get sick, and that's a real good possibility. No, this is in fucking Australia. Apparently, there's a bunch of pussies out there too. That's ridiculous. If the kid doesn't want a high five, then don't high five. Just leave them hanging. Be that kid, okay? Be that dick. But you know what? You don't have to high five. All these other parents are chiming in saying the other kids love it. It's a highlight of their day, whether it's in the morning or in the afternoon. They look forward to giving this guy a high five. It puts a smile on their face. But since there is one parent, I'm guessing it's more of the parent than it is the kid that is offended by this, everybody else has to stop doing it. Jacked up. Come on, people. If the kid doesn't want to give a high five, or you don't want your kid to give him a high five, then don't. Don't shit on everybody else's parade. You know what that is? Thanks to my kids for that alarm. This is absurd. This is the society we live in nowadays. It doesn't matter if it's in the United States. It's all over the world where you got these people, the pussified world that we live in, where it's like, oh, I don't want my kid touching another human being. They could, get COVID and blah, blah. Nobody worries about COVID anymore. God, I think we're all past that right now. Just wash your hands, okay? Don't be licking poles, okay? Unless you're aware of how clean the pole is, don't go licking it. Wash your hands, all that good stuff. Okay? But holy shit. Talk about one person screwing it over for everybody else. Jeez, what a bunch of wusses. That annoys the fuck out of me. I look at my kids' school situation. They love, like, all the kids love the faculty. Like, everybody is so nice and so caring. I'm always so impressed by how the teachers, the principal, the crossing guard, the security people, everybody knows everybody's name. It is awesome, and it makes the kids' faces light up. Like, there's this guy, Mr. Tyler. He's so cool, and the fact that he can sit there and talk to the kids, and he know not just my kids, he, like, knows everybody's name, and he'll sit there and he'll talk to them. "Hey, how's everything going?" And he can have a conversation with them, and he knows their names, and it brightens their day, and I see them, everybody gives high fives every now and then. It's not all the time, but it's one of those things, and it makes kids smile. Whoever this bitch ass motherfucker in Melbourne, Australia, this parent that was just like, I don't want my kid giving high fives to people. I don't want happiness. I want my kid to be miserable just like me. Whoever that person is, fuck them. Can't stand it. It's annoying. No good reason for that other than you want to be miserable and you want your kids on that too. Or you want some sense of control. Maybe you don't have control in your life and you just want to have this in your back pocket. It's not our fault your life sucks. Try not to bring everybody else down. Guess what? A high five's not hurting anybody. Unless the crossing guard's just like really ripping into it and he's just like really going, "Oh, here it goes, motherfucker." What? It's not like he's doing that. Don't think he is. Don't think he is. That would be hilarious, though. Then I would be like, okay, I get it. I get it now. Like he's dislocating people's shoulders. That makes sense. That makes sense. But the way they're doing it, no, come on. That's just somebody wanting to bitch for no fucking reason. Hey, real quick, High Society Cannabis Dispo and Lounge is the first and only licensed canna bar in the state of Colorado. It works like an alcohol bar. I've been talking about this, but it's just for cannabis, which is neat. You can go in there, grab some amazing product. You can buy it on site. You can consume it on site and then take the rest home. And they have something for everybody. You can get flour, you got pre-rolls, concentrates, edibles, and they provide everything you need to consume it with. It's really freaking cool when you go in there. And what really adds to the environment is the way that they have it laid out. They got 7 big screen TVs, and you can sit in there and watch your favorite sporting event. What a great place to go watch a game, whether it's college or the pros. What a great place. And they also have Nintendo Switches available to rent, tons of free board games to just sit down and chill. And they got Quarter Arcade with pinball machines, vintage Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and so much more. It's a lot of fun. You got to go in there. They're open daily from noon to 10. Happy hour runs from noon to 4:20 Monday through Friday. Now, Thursdays is industry day, and anyone with an MED employee badge gets 15% off all day. And if you go in on a Tuesday, ladies, listen up. It's Ladies' Day on Tuesdays, and you're going to get 20% off all day. It's High Society Cannabis Dispo and Lounge. It's just 9 minutes from Coors Field. It's open noon to 10. Got to be at least 21 or older to consume. No outside product. You buy it there. High Society, it's at 7667 Washington Street. Just GPS to High Society. What did we talk about? Yeah, was it yesterday or the day before that place in it was Australia, wasn't it? Where they're handing out yeah, it was Australia. They were handing out those probe covers for ultrasounds and whatever. They were handing out those and thinking that they were condoms. And they did it for 6 months, right? Well, Same neck of the woods, but not exactly. A New Zealand charity accidentally gave out candy with lethal levels of meth. Not just like a little meth. They gave out a lot of meth. This is okay. I'm reading from this. A New Zealand charity that works with low income people. Jeez, that makes it worse because like now everybody's going to be like, oh, they're poor and they're hooked on meth. Classic, but it's not their fault. Fucking this charity did it. So they unknowingly handed out candies containing potentially lethal levels of meth. The Auckland City Mission said it was alerted on Tuesday when one person who had received a food parcel said it contained funny tasting sweets. It said the white pineapple candies, which bore the label of a Malaysian brand, Rinda, had been donated in a sealed retail-sized package by an unidentified member of the public. The New Zealand Drug Foundation, which tested the candies that were still on the premises, said each one contained about 3 grams of methamphetamine, up to 300 times the level someone might usually take. Oh, Jesus. Swallowing that much of meth is extremely dangerous and could result in death, according to the executive director. 3 people who consumed the candies were treated in a hospital but later discharged. That's according to the AP. Oh my God, people. Now, that being said, I saw a picture of it and it's like, I would never know. And if they got it and if it was in a sealed bag, you would assume that it's legit, but it's not like it didn't look like it was a name brand of candy. So in that sense, you don't go cheap brand. You don't go store brand and just start chucking out candy. But who thinks that that's going to be the case? Like, what kind of sick bastard is handing out meth? That's fucked up. What a fucking prick, whoever did that. Just a good life lesson. Here's the thing, too, is unless you go buy it yourself, don't hand out candy. Because you can open candy or plastic stuff like that, like bags, and there's stuff that you can buy that will reseal it and look like it's legit. It's not like anything super expensive either. So, whoa, wow. Hopefully, it doesn't come down to like some little kid ingest that, because that's jacked up. What the fuck are you guys doing on the other side of the world? You can't figure out what the difference is between a probe cover that says probe cover on the thing versus a condom, and now you're handing out meth candy. God. Boy, everybody makes fun of the US, but come on. Come on. I have to bring this up. I follow this like meme.ig on Instagram, and they posted something that said there's cow patty bingo, the game where you gamble on where a cow will poop, and they have this pin where the cows are, and on the ground they have it spray painted like 1 through 100, right? Whatever it is, and wherever the cow shits, that person wins. That's awesome. I would. You know you're bored when you play a game like that. You know people be betting on that shit. Why not? Is that on Bet Online where the cow's gonna shit? Probably not. Probably not. Oh my God, that would be fun. You know, so many people would be freaking out.
What the fuck?
Oh, that's not right. I don't want to bet on where the cow poops. Ew, gross, poo poo. Shut up. Shut up. You know what we need to do? Jump into the mailbag.
Mailbag. You've got mail.
Now, I responded to this guy because I said, have you sent this question in before because I feel like I've answered it before. And he's like, I don't know. I've only drank about half a cup of coffee, so I may have. So we're gonna dive into this real quick. Jeremy wrote, is Roadrunner secretly CEO of Acme Corp and selling Wile E. Coyote defective merch on purpose just to get rich and watch said coyote repeatedly kick his own ass? Absolutely. It makes sense. It doesn't make, first of all, he must know that the coyote must be in some sort of realm where he's immortal. He is maybe a mutant of some sort. He is kind of like the original Wolverine, but he doesn't have any other powers. So not like he's super strong or anything. He just regenerates. So he can get smashed the fuck, he can get blown up, and he still comes back. And Roadrunner knows this. And he's like, what a great way to boost our sales than to mess with this, shit stain of a mutant. And what better way to boost the sales than do that? So Jeremy, yes, you're right. You're right. Dougie wrote, of all your random characters, DeHuff, by the way, Dougie sent this in via DeHuffpodcast@gmail.com. He said, of all your random characters, which one would be the best fit as president of the United States? That's interesting. Let's see, there's Connery. He just spent too much time banging the interns, as well as the first lady, if you know what I mean. Okay, yeah. Because I like to bang. Hey, speaking of that, how's your mother? Okay, Connery, my God. So I don't think Connery would be a good fit. Plus, he's Scottish. Aussie, he's not American. Irish, he's not American. Same with Rich Russian, all not American. Hey, guys, that's not fair. I think I'd do a swell job. Yeah, top of the morning to you. I'll just be drunk all day. Because I'm Irish. Rich Russian billionaire. I am too busy petting my goat. That's not a joke. And then I guess there's two. There's two that I think could do it. One is Cowboy because I gotta be honest. I am all balls when I look in the mirror. And hell, if you want to get things done, you gotta have big balls. And then the other one is, I think it would be Mama the Huff. Kind of like Cowboy. I'm not afraid to speak my mind. And if you get out of line, I will whoop your ass. Don't you dare come at me. We need to work together. Everybody needs to go home and have a good dinner. And it will be fine. Things will be good. And, when you're there, why don't you go sit on the corner of the bed and play with your cock and balls? Not my best mama. Not my best mama. I have to get in the mama voice. Hi, honey. How are you? I was just watching the Adam Sandler interview with Joe Rogan. Little Joey. Oh, he's such a good podcaster. He's fucking it up. God dang it. Yeah, I would say between Cowboy and Mama. They both, want to get shit done. But then I'm like, I have a lot of random other voices that I just don't think about. Like scientist, Duff. The quantum physics here are way out of whack, but ultimately, I don't think I could do it because I really want to focus on getting to Mars. So maybe not him. And I can't remember any other voices I do. They just pop out. Okay? It's just one of my things. Random voices come into my head and boom, there they go. There they go. Not Adam Carolla just wrote this in a few minutes ago. Should I read the diary of a girl that I work with? She left it out. Oh, she left it out of the lockbox and is on vacation. Abso-fucking-lutely. You should do that. I'm sorry. If you leave it out, I'm under the impression that you want people to read it. And who brings a diary to work. And if you do bring the diary to work, we circle back to you might want to take care of that. And if you leave it out, that's fair game. It's kind of like when you go to work and you bring a bunch of food. If you don't put a note on it that says this is for blah, 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 do not eat, it's fair game if it's in the kitchen area. This is fair game. And oh God, I report back to me. I want to know what's in there. Now, don't be an asshole and take pictures of it and spread it all over the internet. Don't do that. You can take the pictures of it and send it to me. Direct message. I want to know. But maybe here's the thing, though. Not Adam Carolla. You may be opening a Pandora's box. You could be reading through it, and then next thing you know, she starts talking about you and all your flaws, and stuff that you just don't realize about yourself. Or she starts spilling some beans on some things that are just really jacked up about the company or things she's observed about other people. It could be a whole slew of horse shit that you're going to step in. And then next thing you know, you're going to be going, what do I do with this information? Be ready. You could be going down a horrible path. But that being said, I encourage you to do it because I'm not in that way, in that situation. But if I'm at the office and it's just sitting there and I know what it is and nobody else is around, it would be hard not to look at it. Right? Maybe I slip it under my coat, go into the restroom and just read it. Be like, oh, oh my God, she does have a crush on him. Oh, somebody's going to play matchmaker. It would be hard not to. I know it's wrong, but if she doesn't have a lock on it and it's just out and about, I'm just saying, why not? Why not? What if you found some like horrific shit? Like she's like some psycho. She's like, I just slaughtered 5 cattle and then I skinned a cat. It's weird how smooth it feels on your skin. And you're like, oh, what? No. I'm calling the FBI. Then then you're a hero. Okay? I'm just saying, read it. Be ready for some chaos. But ultimately, yeah, I think you read it. Don't bring your diary to work. Keep that shit at home. I like where that could go. God, that'd be so horrific though if you did find out some wicked shit about her. Mm, 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 mm. Might be some freaky shit in there too. Yeah. I'll use that image later for my spank bank. Yeah. Anyway, that's how I end things. Oh, somebody said, who wrote that? That was Dave. He said, do you, for eggs, when you pull eggs from a carton, do you just pull them at random or do you make a pattern? I make a pattern, and it bugs me if I don't like pull from all one side. Let's say I'm making 2 eggs and it's a full 12 that I'm taking from that's in the carton. I take one from the left side and one from the right side. That's how I do it. And usually they're on the same side, but sometimes I change it up and one will be on the top, one will be on the bottom from left side, one from the right side. But it's always a pattern. I never go lopsided. I never work my way from like left to right. And then by the end of it, everything that's on the right is what's left over. I don't do that. That's chaotic. I don't like that. Then you have a lopsided carton when you grab it, and it could potentially topple over. So I try to keep it balanced in there. Listen, I'm all about balance in life. I'm the Thanos of the egg carton. Okay, everything's got to be in perfect harmony and balance. That's a weird question, but yes, I do. That's how I do it. I feel like that it would be maddening to do it any other way. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining the show. I really appreciate you guys. Uh, uh, yeah, I was gonna say something, then my brain just literally went. Remember, vote for Mama or vote for Cowboy. Who's gonna get it done? Time to change America. Big thanks to you guys. You guys are amazing. I had Mike reach out to me direct message on social media on Twitter, and he said, "Hey, thanks for doing a great job. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to get more interaction with you guys as far as how can I get you more involved in the show. Yes, I'll post things on social media, but I'd like to do it where I can interact with you, but I'm not really sure how I'm going to be able to do that. So bear with me because that was something that Mike suggested. He said I would love to be able to participate more and have a more hands-on interaction with you during the show. So I'm going to figure that out. Now, keep in mind, guys, I get distracted super freaking easily. So that's where I'm hesitant. Because if I do a live stream, like a legit live stream, I'm gonna be super distracted by random people. But I think I need to do that because I think that would be a lot of fun. Maybe I do that like once a week where I do it. But I got to figure out what's the best time frame to do it so I get more of you guys involved. So we'll see. We'll figure it out. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. I really appreciate it. Don't forget you can watch this too, whether it's on my X account at DeHuff Podcast, or you can watch it on Facebook, Instagram. No, not Instagram. I don't live stream on Instagram. I do YouTube, and I also do oh, I almost said Twister. That's not even a thing. What's the other one? I can't think right now. Oh, I'm so dumb. I am so dumb. I'll think of it right afterwards and I'll be like, fuck! It was that the whole time. God, I'm dumb. Hey, everybody. What's going on? I think I need to go get some Tom Budweisers and slam a couple wieners down my throat. That's my attempt at a Harry Carey. I can't do it as well as the great Joel Klatt of Fox Sports because he does the best Harry Carey. Anyway, you guys have a fantastic day. Big thanks to High Society Cannabis, Dispo, and Lounge. And of course, Bet Online. Go to betonline.ag. It's DeHuff Uncensored. You guys have a great day. I'll talk to you next time.